What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Economic Events. Today I'm going to be reading an article from CNBC.com. GM to release plug-in hybrid vehicles, backtracking on product plans. General Motors is adjusting its product lineup strategy to incorporate plug-in hybrid electric vehicles, or PHEVs acronym. According to CEO Mary Barra's, whatever her name is, announcement to investors. Barra emphasized that PHEVs combining internal combustion engines with battery technologies will be introduced in select vehicles in North America to help meet stringent federal fuel economy regulations. This shift reflects a broader trend in the industry as companies reconsider hybrid vehicles to address consumer demand and avoid penalties associated with fuel economy and emission standards. While GM remains committed to eliminating the tailpipe emissions from its light-duty vehicles by 2035, the interim deployment of plug-in technology in strategic segments aims to deliver environmental benefits as the nation builds charging infrastructure. So there's a whole lot of word salad they're putting out there just to basically say that it's inconvenient to have an electric vehicle. Now, to the people who are all about the green, and staying green and all that, I'm not talking about the kind that you grow. I'm talking about the green where you're focused on the environment and all that stuff. I close your ears, or if you don't like hearing this, but the thing is with these electric vehicles is they're just inconvenient right now. It takes 5 minutes to fill up your gas tank. It takes 5 hours to charge up your Chevy Volt or your Tesla, fill in the blank, whatever other vehicle it is. So it's not there. And also the range is just not there. Now, there is one company out there that's getting ready to start they've already started production, but they're getting ready to start putting vehicles out into the world. And that is called Aptera. Yeah, it's a two-door vehicle. 3 wheels or 3 tires, and it goes up to 1,000 miles per charge. And at the top, or what do you call it, the roof of the vehicle, you can have solar panel to where it gives you up to 40 miles per charge per day. So now the average driver does 37 miles a day. So if we're keeping up with the industry average, you're getting plus 4 miles a day per charge without even really plugging in your vehicle into the wall and charging it up and all that. You could just rely on that solar panel. So unless these other companies start adopting that same strategy, it's just inconvenient. And also another thing is a lot of these electric vehicles, they're just atrocious to look at. Now, with the exception of the Tesla, they look really cool. But that's just because they've got a genius like Elon Musk. Now, I don't know who this Mary Barra character is, but I don't know if she's as innovative as Elon Musk. No disrespect to her, obviously. But the Teslas are cool. But again, they don't have the range. We're talking about 250, 300 miles, 400 miles of charge, maybe 500 if you get the most expensive one that's like, over $100,000. Barra hinted at leveraging PHEV technology already adopted overseas, particularly in countries like China, where GM has experience. Currently, GM only offers a traditional hybrid version of the Chevy Corvette in the U.S. Here's the story time for you guys. In 2017, I actually drove a 2016 Chevy Corvette Z, 650 horsepower. It was a piece of junk, Thank God I was in an open track, because I hit the gas, and no joke, the vehicle started doing that. It just started just swerving like that. And so I had to hit the brakes real quick, but I was in an open track, I was good. But they're terrible cars. I mean, they look cool, the Chevy Corvette. But if they're talking about having a hybrid version of it, good luck with that. It's a sports car. People that typically buy sports cars, they don't necessarily care about the environment as much. Again, the people that are enjoying the green and all that, close your ears while I say that. So, or at least meet the video during that time. Oh, okay. So it was discontinued in 2019 due to demand and cost concerns. Again, just like I say, I don't think that people that buy sports cars are necessarily interested in hybrid versions of them, and it was probably really expensive. Maybe it cost, let's say, twice as much as the regular Corvette, and maybe you can only charge 50% more than the regular Corvette. I don't know. So I don't know how it all worked. I didn't even know they had a Chevy. No, hold on a second. What am I talking about? That was a Chevy Volt that was discontinued in 2019. Now, for those of you who've been watching my videos early on, you know how big of a fan I am of the Chevy Volt and how beautiful it is. The best looking car in the world. You know, top speed of 35 miles an hour. Just a beauty. So, one of the best cars in the world. I completely see why they would discontinue the Chevy Volt. It makes a lot of sense. That car was ugly. It was way too small. It had no power. You couldn't really go anywhere with it. You couldn't even because of the allowance or lack of allowance of charge and distance. You know, you couldn't really go to Kroger and buy some groceries with it unless you bought, like, you know, maybe you could buy some milk and some eggs and maybe some bread and put in your cart. But there was no room in the trunk. You couldn't put anything in it. You know, so you couldn't do everyday activities. I think the Chevy Volt, here's the best thing you can do for it. Now, I know there's people out there who they live in the rural part of the world and stuff, and they have long driveways. So maybe let's say their driveway is half a mile away from their mailbox. Now, for people who don't want to get cardio or they can't do the walking because they're handicapped or whatever, go ahead and buy you a Chevy Volt and just use that Chevy Volt from the end of your driveway to the beginning of your driveway to get your mail and get back. That's probably the best use for these Chevy Volts. You know, they go no more than 35 miles an hour. If you start getting rid of like some weight, like you remove in the middle of the drive, if you remove the doors and, you know, the windshield wipers and the rear view mirrors, you can get to maybe 45 miles an hour if you take some weight off. Other than that, there's no use for them. What's the point of these vehicles? They're atrocious. They're hideous. The shift in strategy constraints with the recent industry focus on all-electric vehicles, with GM and other automakers investing heavily in the EV development, aligning with the broader push for EV adoption by the Biden administration. Now, I'll say, look, the electric vehicles, it sounds good, but as I keep saying in these videos, it's just unsustainable. It's inconvenient. You can't take them on road trips. You know, if you go from, for example, let's just say from Memphis to Chattanooga, you're talking about a 6-7 hour trip. On a regular vehicle, you fill up your gas tank once. But with these EVs, it may take you 12 hours just because you got to wait 3-4 hours to charge it up, maybe halfway or something like that. So that's a big issue that you're going to have there. And they're not that cheap either. You know, the demand isn't there, so you would think that at least they would need to bring the price down a little bit while people can go and get them. But unless they can do it a way where you have maybe 5 minutes, 10 minutes to charge your car from, let's just say, 1% to, 100%. Now, that may be excessive. You probably won't be able to do it in 5 to 10 minutes. But if you can get it from, let's just say, 10% to 50% in 20 minutes, well, that's not bad. You can work with that to a certain degree. But other than that, you're done with. If you're considering doing a road trip with one of these electric vehicles. That's just my opinion on it. Let me know what you think down below in the comment section. Remember to like the video, subscribe to the channel. I do read all the comments. I don't always get a chance to reply to them, but I do enjoy the commentary nonetheless. Hit that little bell next to my name. That way you can get notified every time I post a new video. I hope you all enjoyed this one. I'll catch you all on the next one.